Hey everybody, welcome to Starrstouch Heartfelt Healing. Thanks for joining me today and happy Wednesday to you. Back to work. Oh my goodness, what a weekend. Pretty good weather up here though. So I wanted to go ahead and talk a little bit about the energy. Right now, a lot of people are just feeling like everything they're trying to do, they're getting roadblocks and this kind of thing. I thought I'd share a story. So when I first started up here, I worked at the grocery store and then things lined up and I was able to work at the clinic, which was wonderful. And then from there, when COVID came along, all of a sudden I couldn't be there. There was enough Lysol in that place. It was a dental and medical clinic. So it made it to where I could not be in there. I had to spray that all the time and I had reactive lung disease. And I've had that ever since I was a beautician many years ago. So all of a sudden, I end up on unemployment. And I thought, what am I going to do at this time? I need to do something important. So I found out about Reiki. My cousin told me, hey, you should do Reiki. And I'm like, what is that? Well, what happened is that the teacher happened to be the very person she lived up here. She learned Reiki on the dock, not far from my home. She knew all about me, but she was in California. So I thought, this is kind of interesting. This is a lineup for sure. I'm supposed to do this. And I thought, how can I help people heal? How can you do anything with COVID when you can't go anywhere near them? So I had my first Reiki class online, and it was just amazing. I mean, I laid on my couch. These people in California hooked up, from a distance with the symbols and was able to get me to cry like a baby. I mean, I laid there and released so many things. And it was not just a typical cry. I was crying deep down in my heart. I could feel my dog that I left during my divorce. I could feel her lying on my chest. I could feel happy things like my father-in-law coming back and thanking me for things. It was amazing. I was hooked. I knew right then I wanted to make someone else feel that way. I wanted other people to be able to release their sadness. And from there, I went through a couple different classes. I got all the way up to the masters, and then I noticed that the clinic was getting busier and busier. And I thought, you know what? If they can put me in a room to just do paperwork, anything, I will go back to work. I was getting that extra unemployment. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to let it go. It's not the extra money that's important. I want to help everybody over there. I loved my job. So sure enough, they got me back in there. And I worked for about 3 months. But all of a sudden, the gal in my room got COVID. I didn't get it, but because she got it, we had to wear masks every single day, no matter if we were in the office or not. And so for me, I wasn't able to be there anymore. I had that issue, and just couldn't wear a mask for 8 hours. So my doctor said, "Okay, you're out of there." I was dumbfounded, and I thought, you know what? This is God's. When you are rejected, God's that's your protection. It's pushing you to what you're really supposed to be doing. So I started sending Reiki to everybody, all my friends that have Lyme disease, anybody I could find, not just for practice, but because I knew it made me feel good and I wanted them to feel good too. So I've been practicing sending, sending, sending. I went all the way up to the Karuna level. I did the highest level, learned as deep of healing as I could find because these folks have suffered so much. And I knew that this was it. I just could feel it. And I've had such good responses from it myself also. And the good news today is I even healed my reactive lung disease. I used to walk up to my clothesline, there'd be a lilac there, and I would have lung problems before I even smelt the flower. And I would have to run for the house. People using Downy in the alley, smelling that when I'm walking down the alley, I would just absolutely panic and have to run home, inhaler, all these things. It's gone. And what was it that fixed that after all these years? Heart healing. The lungs are in the heart chakra, and I had so much deep emotional pain, and I was able to release that. And the last thing I did is surrender to the outcome. So when we're pushing against the river and we don't let it flow the way that it really wants to and what God really wants for us, we just keep having roadblocks. So if we have a roadblock, just smile and say, okay, this is a message that I need to reroute. Let's see, what am I really supposed to be doing? And it's amazing how things can line up. and then the feathers and the coins, all the different things. So I just wanted to share my story with you, is that if you have something that's not going right now, don't even worry about it. Just take a deep breath and know that you're being led to what you're really supposed to do. Your creativity is going to shine. So I'm going to pull a card out of the angel prayers, and that's Kyle Gray. See what we have. What do we need for Wednesday? Oh my gosh, everybody's probably good and tired after all those days of stuff. Oh, or all those days of work. A lot of people have to work through that stuff. Man, it's brutal when there's a lot of activity in town. All the people at the grocery store, my Lord, I did it. It's a backbreaker. All right. All right. Shine your light, Archangel Uriel. Shine your light. Thank you, Uriel, for helping me to share my light with the world. Let's see. You are blessed to have received this angel card today, as the angels feel the world is now ready to see the special gifts and talents that they call your light. You've been hiding yourself from the world for too long, and now is the time for you to step into your power and share your gifts that you have with all of those around you. You're a great beacon of light, and when you walk into a room, many people benefit from your positive energy and heart-filled presence. Your guardian angel is encouraging you to continue on the spiritual pathway and to help as many people as you can. It's important to look after your energy first, but if you can be of service to another, the angels are encouraging you. The mighty Archangel Uriel is standing before you today and showing you the way to go. However you feel called to serve humanity, it has been angelically inspired. Go for it and shine. Uriel's name means God's light, and he is the angel of light. He brings the light, energy, and harmony of the sun into our lives so we can feel youthful and inspired. He helps us feel healthy, balanced, and focused too, so that we can have a clear picture of our goals, where they are taking us. If you're not sure what your next step should be, he can help you solve problems or work through challenges. All right, so we're going to call on Archangel Uriel right now and just hold space so people can really think about it. What is it that's your gift? What are we supposed to be working towards now? And how can we make our first step? And just breathe. I'm going to do a heaven and earth. Do you want to do it with me? So you just put your hands together and raise them up. One up, one down. And release. And another one. And release. And then heaven rushing in. What are you grateful for today? Start that gratitude list. Pull it into your heart. By the way, I took the 3-hour tour on Lake Vermilion. It's the mail ride. You've got to do it. It was the most fun thing on my birthday. I got to feed a lot of doggies snacks. Have a wonderful day, and please like, subscribe, and share.